have light.
If I have light,
You have light.
I do.
Portion for the light.
I do. I'll get that to you.
It's a little overdue.
My bad. If it's so many rehearsals, and then I get home and I'm like,
Except for last night.
that's
We were
true.
chatting up a storm.
With you, you forgot to remind me.
I didn't have to remind you. It's the same day every month.
Well, that's a good point. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an exciting episode of the CodeO-cast.
Oh, it's already started.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, all right.
Good thing I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you
that would
incriminate
me, Carlos.
My name is Omar, and I'm here with.
Freddy.
Oh, you didn't say another random name this
Oh,
time.
it's Scott.
Oh, never mind.
Scott Cawthon.
Spoke too soon.
No, it's Scott Pilgrim.
I was like that. I feel disappointed. I thought you were gonna go for
Tim
Scott.
Schafer.
Who's Tim Schafer?
He's the guy from Double Fine, the gaming studio. He made Psychonauts.
Is he one
A
of?
brutal legend.
Is he one of the Double Fine?
Probably.
Who's the
Hey,
other
what's up,
Fine?
Kim? Has that been there for a while?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Well, how are y'all? Probably just popped in.
Doing tired.
Doing tired. I could say the same thing. Rehearsing for 4 hours is not. Ideal is not the right word. It's not the nicest thing to your body, but it is what it is.
It is
What it
ways.
is.
I think they say that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I think so too. Doesn't have to be our thing, but I think we've said it enough.
I feel like it's just generic enough
just
that
generic,
anybody would
yeah.
understand. Because, I don't watch the Joe Rogan. I think Carlos watches it. I know my dad watches it. He's he's all about it.
Isn't it like 3 hours long?
Yeah, that's why I was not about it.
I'm not about. I can sit through an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, but that's just podcast. I think when I want to say I was in high school
You were in high school?
or in middle school.
You were in middle school.
At some point in life.
At the same time?
Might have messed with some credits and transcripts here or there, but anyways, I made it. Point is, I remember Smosh. This is back when Ian and Anthony were together. They were doing this
Making out.
what?
Oh.
No, they were doing this live stream about 7 hours to raise
God.
money for their game. For I think their mobile game. It was like an RPG, I think.
They had a mobile game?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was their food fight or food wars.
Oh, probably Food Fight.
Yeah, their food fight annual. It's annual.
Oh,
fight.
I remember their Food Fight stuff now. Okay.
Yeah, they had a food fight inspired game. I think it was for like tablet or something, and they were just raising money for it. I think I had a Saturday where I had absolutely nothing to do, which was rare, and that's how I spent my day. 7 hours straight of just watching that.
Wow.
I don't think I could do that ever again.
Yeah, I know Rooster Teeth does their annual what's it called? This Extra Life. They do that every year, except they didn't do it last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the year before that. But yeah, so yeah, it's a charity thing, and they usually would do it for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
They would have a community day, and then the week after it would be the actual like the people at Rooster Teeth. And but this year, because of COVID stuff, they shortened it to 12 hours. So and I was only in it like every so often.
Oh, was that the thing I came home and seen you watching? Where it's like, and we have another $5,000 donation.
Probably, yes.
So, yeah.
That was more than likely, yeah, yes.
And they're getting shocked with shock collars and
yes.
doing something in the middle.
That is exactly it.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine being on camera for that long. And
so
then just,
it was supposed to be a whole day thing.
Normally it's a whole day thing, like a full 24 hours. They would start like at like 6 or 7 in the morning until the next 6 or 7 in the morning.
So I'm assuming there's people rotating in and out.
Yes, they would have like slots for different people, and there would be people with their segments. Depending on how much time they wanted, some people would have like an hour.
Yeah.
And then other people would have like 3 hours. But Team Nice Dynamite always pulls through and raises the most money And that's Michael and Gavin. They're great.
I'm pretty sure we know why, though.
They're always the
They're
ones
very
that get hit.
eccentric, and the reactions are, how to put it, beautiful.
Yes, exactly.
Especially when they're in pain.
Yeah. The 1 year they got... 1 year it was like those stakes were going. There was like... One of them was to get the shot collar thing. This is when they were first starting with the shot collar. So it was actual redemption thing. And then they had paintballs. And then, well, this last one was with getting kicked by a soccer ball from a professional soccer player. So, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah. The bruises look rough. It's all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, they would always joke like, next year we're just going to kill you guys.
Yeah, maybe. Whatever gets them the money. It's for charity.
Yeah. Before they would say it's for the kids, but then that got trademarked. So they say something else that I don't remember.
It's for the kids.
Yeah.
We all know who's it for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think, I don't know if I was daydreaming or dreaming, because it's hard to tell sometimes after trying to remember them. But I had a dream in which we were doing something like that. I don't know if it was for like a charity or whatever. But we were in the set and we're just doing stupid things for what felt like 6-7 hours. And although I feel like I can pull through that amount of energy, I don't think I actually can.
Yeah.
But who knows? There's no reason to do that yet.
Yeah, even professionals have segments.
Yeah, because I feel like our longest one for this has been 1.5 hours. I don't think we ever passed the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we ever should. Because even at the end of like after the hour and some, you can feel our energy starting to die down. We're just not trained. We're just not used to it.
We ain't pros.
We ain't pros.
We just dudes with some spare time.
It is some spare time. Honestly, it's like the sparest of time.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I think Cody went back to the job where I work at. And I remember he's scheduled all week because he's free. I'm not. But I told him I want to do the podcast today. And he was just like, a workout day tomorrow. And I was just like, think about it this way. I can let you host it. And I sit it out. Or I host it. And you sit it out. And he just looks at me and is like, no, sit it out.
The wise man.
Yeah. It's because he just gets so nervous about hosting. And I just don't know when to shut up. So it's like the role fits me perfectly. So I think the only time someone can shut me up is when they're like not trying to answer anything. I guess I've had a situation in which, like, I think I was at a party.
They just like shut you down.
No, well, kind of. Oh, it was like I was at a party and there was these people who are just talking amongst themselves. And the rest of the crowd is trying to like reel them in since we're all having a conversation together. But these specific people are like kind of talking amongst themselves only. And it frustrated me so much that it was like we would try to pull them in to the conversation and have everyone have like a good time together.
Yeah.
But they would do like short answers, like 2 or 3 word answers, and go back to what they're saying. And it's sad to say that when they left, because they left early, these 2 people left early from that party. Yeah. That it actually started getting fun. Yeah. Because the effort was no longer, hey, we feel kind of bad that they're just talking to themselves. Excuse me. We should try to reel them in. Once they left, the effort was just like, let's just have fun. That's when you can kind of shut me up. Because like when you're trying to have a conversation with someone, they're just not reciprocating. It's kind of the worst because you're just sitting there like, why are you here then?
Yeah. Some people just want to get out, but they don't want to talk to people, you know?
Yeah, which I totally understand. I do have introverted friends, but I have a certain little magic to get them talking. So I don't know. I know
it's got the magic touch.
Basically,
the magic words.
It's called talk.
Talk to me.
Say something.
Tell me your darkest secrets. Tell me what you wouldn't tell anybody else.
Okay, no, not that, not immediately. I think that takes a few weeks.
Depends how long you keep the conversation going. You see interrogations? Those are essentially just long conversations. Not pleasant, but you know, sometimes they're just talking and then talking louder and then talking softer. and then they're just talking, and then they're not talking,
And then they're crying.
and then they're crying.
I feel like you'd pull off a good bad cop in an interrogation.
I feel like I'd be a dumb cop.
Dumb cop? What's the dumb cop?
I'll just get them talking about anything, but not necessarily particularly what I should be getting them to talk about. I'll just be asking them like, hey, so what's your favorite kind of bread? You like rye bread? Like wheat bread? Whole wheat? Or just some wheat? Because some wheat bread isn't 100% whole wheat. It's just like part wheat. But 100% is 100%. Or you can just get regular old white bread, but it'll make you go fatter much faster than regular.
Okay, you just blew my mind. Before I used to think there was just white, wheat, and herbs and cheese. Now you're telling me there's rye and like part rye and then part wheat and part wheat.
There's so many breads, dude. There's so many breads.
And then I remember, I think one of our friends, he pulled out honey nut bread.
Honey nut bread
to make with the sandwiches. And I'm like, there's more than just they put nuts in bread now.
Yeah, honey nut. Depending on what type of sandwich you're making, maybe. But because it gets a sweeter flavor because it's honey. But yeah, it's like a hint. It's like the flavor at the back of your throat.
Either my parents could not afford these kinds of foods, or they just hated them. Because for me, it was like, if something's meant to be savory, it should stay savory. Which is probably why I don't like Chinese food, which is they like to mix savory with sweet. Mm-hmm. It's just not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. Like sweet and sour stuff, I don't like it. Mm-hmm. Like pick a lane. If it's on meat, it should not be sweet. Mm-hmm. But that's just me. I know this. I know you like your sweet and sour stuff.
I love Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Chinese food's top tier for me.
Dude, I saw this meme. So back where I'm from, back where my mom lives, there's just one Chinese restaurant. Maybe a few more, but the prominent Chinese restaurant, I think it's called Red Diamond. Back where my mom lives.
Red Diamond.
Red Diamond, something like that.
Damn.
And it's a buffet style traditional Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
I think maybe have a little bit of Japanese, but it's mainly buffet. Mm-hmm. Mainly buffet, classic Chinese buffet. Classic. And so they just opened up a Panda Express in the same town. Yeah. Not even like a few minutes away from this Red Diamond. Mm-hmm. And I saw a meme as I'm scrolling to Facebook that someone reposted where it's like, that couple where the guy looks back to act at the pretty girl, mm-hmm. and his girlfriend notices the guy looking at the pretty girl. Yeah. And it's like, it's Red Diamond is the girlfriend, and mm-hmm. it's the guy's is considered like the city where I'm from. Mm-hmm. Ooh, at the new Panda Express. Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for the Red Diamond. It's probably gonna go out of business.
Well, it depends, because you said that the Red Diamond's a buffet, so that could still be the driving factor there. That Panda, you only pay for, depending on what you get, an entree and a side, and then the options above it is like getting more entree or more side. But buffet, you pay one amount and you just fill up your plate, go back, fill up another plate, go back, fill up another plate. Dude, sometimes that's what gets you.
But isn't the point of the buffets that you aren't able to get your money's worth out of a buffet?
That's the behind the scenes marketing ploy behind it. But as the consumer, you're in control of it. Okay. You can control how much food you eat. It's like they're not gonna stop you. Mm-hmm. They'll like have those subtleties of like smaller plates or more things with carbs or
closer to the front of the line.
Yeah, and then there's more things that are like, things that'll just like fill you up faster, mm-hmm. so that way you don't get as many plates. But if you're eyeballing what's going on and you could just play behind that. Like, hey, I've been to this place many times. Your tactics don't work on me. My stomach has grown 3 sizes because of you. And now they can take on anything.
Well, you heard a Grinch. Well, I'm his weird cousin. Get ready.
Yeah, man.
Well, maybe I wasn't paying attention enough, but from what I remember, that place doesn't get a lot of business. At least from what I remember. Every time I'd pass by, maybe it was just because it was in the evenings. Then again, that's when there should be more business.
Well, there you go.
It was like 4 or 5 cars every time, which I don't know.
4 or 5 cars, and then they're the ones that
they keep it going. They keep it going. Yeah. Now, I think the only buffet places I ever went to when I was a kid is just like schools taking us to Mr. Gaddy's and stuff like that. Mr.
Gaddy's is good.
It's prime. I'm surprised they're still kicking.
Yeah, now it's just Gaddy's, isn't it?
I think so. Or either that or just the Mr. just so tiny.
Yeah.
That it's like not even relevant. It's still there. I see people walking in, but I don't even know if it's that relevant because I remember going. It was so popular back when I was in high school. It was just like a bunch of schools going between the time they performed and when they were going to announce results, and just having the random Disney Junior shows on the wall for some reason.
Yeah.
When no one would watch.
Did you try their chocolate pizza?
No.
They had chocolate pizza, the one I went to. I think it was the one in Brownsville or McAllen.
I'm sure they had it wherever they took us, because I've been to like 2 or 3, because if they were like, okay, we're going to like, let's say a competition that's like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Where's their nearest Gaddy's? Because that's the only place with enough space to take about 150 kids and not make this place panic.
Yeah.
Because they were prepared. It's a buffet. They're prepared for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not like you're pulling in 4 full bus loads of kids into a Whataburger, and the workers are like, God damn it, I hate Fridays and Saturdays. I've seen a story online where a guy used to work at a movie theater.
Yeah.
And this, I think it was like a camp, like a summer camp. 3 bus loads of kids just pull in 20 minutes before a movie starts. And it's just one guy at a concession, a manager, and 1 ticket person having to take care of all these 3 bus loads of kids. And the manager's getting after the counters like, hey, you can't be doing this. You have to call in advance.
Yeah.
I don't have enough staff to get you. I mean, by miracle, he made it to get these kids in time. But everyone has different orders.
Yeah.
When you bring a whole bus load of kids, it's usually, okay, you don't have an option. Everyone gets the same thing. That way everybody can get in quickly. But that was not the case here. I feel like that's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Big groups. It's always rough. Yeah. Depending on where you go to. Because, like, that's also one of the reasons why I'm not so particularly fond of going in like a large group to a place. Yeah. You know, like with the church events and all that.
I just don't like being that guy.
Yeah. Especially when it gets close to like late in the day. Yeah. Yeah. That's when I'm just like, can we just split?
Yeah. Can we just not be that people, please?
Yeah.
Because I think, okay. After a competition, I think in middle school, they took us to Jason's Deli.
Jason's Deli.
And so, free ice cream plus a buttload of kids from a bus.
Damn, that's true.
Combined equals we've never been to Jason's Deli after that.
Yeah.
We never went back. Every time that we got Jason's Deli, it was always delivered to us. We never went back. Even though there was plenty of time to, like, let's say, go eat at a restaurant and come back. If it was Jason's Deli, it was taken to us. I'm sure after that, they were like, we'd rather you do not bring kids here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the manager had to say, hey, we're running out of ice cream. We don't like that.
It's like, come on, little Jimmy here's 16. I can't have him cleaning it every hour because of you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Having free ice cream. I remember working back at the pizza place. They threw up the idea of having an ice cream machine.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, it never went through. But it was tossed up, and the idea driving behind that was that we had pans that we would usually make the deep dish in. Yeah. But they were small enough to where we could just put anything. If pizza missing a topping, put the toppings in those pans, cook it up, put it on top of the pizza. Yeah. Or a person wants to just heat up one slice for some reason, just toss it in that. Freaking, if you want your cookie, it's already been baked. We bake them every day in the morning. Yeah. But it's in the evening, and you want it warm. You just toss that sucker in the oven and put an ice cream scoop on top. And then that was their idea. Like, we could just, drive the sales of cookies with the ice cream. But I don't know where they would put the ice cream machine. I don't know where they would put the other stuff. Yeah. I think logistically it just wasn't going to work out.
Yeah, I don't think so. Also, just the aesthetic of that place doesn't strike me as selling ice cream. So I don't think people would have really thought, oh, I can have ice cream at this pizza place.
Yeah, it's all about that pizza. Yeah. Sometimes the cookie on brownie. The brownies are good. They're not baked, but they're still good.
Well, I mean, I feel like instead of just having an ice cream machine of soft serve just outright for the customers to grab whenever, what could have been better was like kind of like those super hot cookies with the ice cream on the top, but you guys make it like a dessert that you have to order, not so much, oh, can you warm up this cookie for me? I'm gonna make my own pizookie. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been much better than just be like, all right, here it is, you buy the cones and then you go get it.
Yeah, probably.
was not like Golden Chick where it's like, obviously it's cheap soft serve, but it was free, and that was great. I miss that.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah, and they took it away.
And all the self-serves are out.
I know.
Self-serves out. Masks in.
The best part is like seeing like people reenacting idiots at gas stations where it clearly says there's no cups next to the self-serve soda machines for a good reason.
Yeah.
They're not going to use them for a good reason. And then there's that idiot that goes up to the counter and is like, look, it works. Why does it say out of order? Sir, put your mask back on.
Yeah, man. Freaking, they just don't understand. They need it explicitly told to them because they're just like, hey, this thing work. Why are you telling me it doesn't work? We're not saying it doesn't work. We're saying it is not ordering right now. It will not take your order, sir.
It will not. You know how they have that panel right above the soda machine? Just some guy opens the door. No.
Yeah. Or like, oh, the place is closed. And how did I get in? Because we didn't get to lock the door yet. Idiot.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there was one night where the restaurant got, for some reason, I hate it. I don't know, understand the logic, but for some reason, it's like 10 tables. Hunger clock synchronizes around 9:30 to the 10 p.m. mark, which is when we're about to close.
Yeah.
They get there around 9:20, which is acceptable for us to still sit them down, serve them, have them eat, and leave. That, you know, people still kept coming in at 9:30.
Yeah.
Kept coming in at 9:40. 9:50 is where we drew the line and said no more.
Yeah.
Because past 9:45 is like, all right, we got to close someone or sometime soon.
Yeah.
Let us stop.
Yeah.
And so this didn't happen to me. It was a coworker of mine. There's a gentleman comes in by himself. It's about 9:58. Sits down and she's just like, she doesn't even have a menu in her hand. She's just like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're about to close. We're about to close the kitchen. We're just going to serve these tables and let them leave. So we can't serve you here. You're welcome to order something for to go. And he's just like, you guys close at 10, right? And she's like, yeah. It's 9:59. Pulls out his phone. It's 9:59. Like if he just messed with the system or something. She's just like, yeah, no, you still have to go. And he was just like, okay.
Yeah, it's
what's that gonna do? It's 9:59. What's that?
Yeah,
that doesn't give you a free ticket in.
It doesn't. Freaking yeah. Over at the pizza place, you always get a bunch of people coming in last minute. I remember there was a person that came. It looked like they came out of like karate class or something.
Did they have the whole white robes?
Yeah, they did. And they had like outfit, I guess, and all that. And it was already like 5-10 minutes past closing. Dang. And then they walked in, and we just had to be like, hey, sorry, we're closed. And they were just like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but like, yeah, nah, it's just not gonna happen, buddy. You're not that guy. But yeah, and then you'll get the people that come in like at the closing time. Yeah, and that's when it's not explicit as to this is what we should do, but it's just what everybody did, just so that way they can make it clear to the person. We would always ask the manager, hey, do we take their order? And then they would look at the time, and sometimes they can negotiate, like, is it just one pizza? Yeah, then fine. But if it's like, is it more than one pizza? It's like, oh, it's a whole thing. No. And so, because the pizza's at least
where you would work, I can't imagine that being a place where you're like, I'm going to take 20 pizzas from there. Because, I don't know, it's personalized. It's meant to be like, it's like the pizzas. Subway of pizzas. It is. It's the Subway of pizzas. And so I can't imagine like a dad pulling up with his 20 kids, like 20 random kids, and being like, yeah, give me like 20 pepperonis or stuff like that. It's like, no. Yeah. Take them to Peter Piper. Take them. God, please don't take them to Chuck E. Cheese, but if you have to do so, but not there. It's the Subway for pizza. You go there on your lunch break. You go there for dinner for 2. You don't take a whole family there, obviously, because of this. I saw you guys' seating. It's like it's not meant for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I remember the early days. Freaking, it get busy. Get busy. Freaking the line would go from across from the register down to the wall, down the other wall, and then across the door over to the drinks. And then past the drinks going down to the trash can.
So it was almost eating itself.
It was almost, yes. Yeah. I've only seen it get that busy. I want to say like 4 times, but man, those were hell. Those are bad days.
I've never experienced lines like that. I've experienced drive-through lines like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not me as a cashier, thankfully, because I would never want to. My old managers had a habit of, like, if you would accept one day to help them out as a cashier or an extra day of working as a server,
mm-hmm.
they would take that as you're theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And they put you all week.
Yeah.
And unless you're someone like me who puts their foot down and says no, you were just stuck with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen drive-through lines, like in my job, go wrap around to the edge of the parking lot and go to the next light.
Yeah, down the street.
Yeah, down the street, all the way to maybe the Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
That's the farthest I've seen them go, only because I think some of them were trying to go in just to eat there,
mm-hmm.
but the drive-thru was so long.
Mm-hmm.
The drive-thru line was so long, and plus there was only one cashier that night that it was just like, it was bad. It was just bad. So thankfully I never had to experience that. I wish I could, because that would actually stop people from going to dirty tables and being like, hey, this isn't clean.
Yeah.
Or like they sit there and like, hey, could you clean this? I'm like, what's the sign say? Oh, wait till someone cleans it?
Yeah.
Well, you're here now, so what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I know. So, jeez. It's like they think you can just pull aside anybody.
Yeah.
Don't you understand? We got people that need hands to get on deck. But then, places are short staffed.
Everywhere.
More so these days.
Yeah. Well, it's just a sad reality. I remember, I think my mom she kind of has the wrong idea about certain things. She was, one time she told me, I was talking about how short-staffed we are and how short-staffed most places are.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, it's because the government keeps giving kids money. Remember all the stimulus checks?
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, because things are so expensive because you run out of it that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people just found better alternatives online.
Yeah.
You can make just as much money, maybe even more, online than you do at a traditional job these days.
Yeah, freaking who wants to work at a restaurant where they just keep dealing with Karens all day?
Oh yeah, I do it because it's easy.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I like about FedEx.
Mm-hmm.
I don't gotta worry about nothing except managers.
Yeah,
I don't deal with customers. I don't deal with nothing. It's just like I deal with boxes, and boxes don't tell me how to do my job.
Yeah, they don't complain unless the box doesn't fit.
Yeah, the box doesn't fit. We haven't really had that many cases. We have plenty of big containers.
Well, what's the weirdest thing you've seen like at FedEx so far?
It's, by the way, hi Casey. The weirdest thing I've seen PS5s.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I've seen gaming monitors and stuff. Dude, everybody was like, "This person's an idiot for just sending through FedEx a PS5, not in another box." Because
wait, it was just a PS5.
It was the regular PS5 box,
just like that.
Just like that. That's why we saw 2 of those, not on the same day, but one of those we saw on one day, and then I want to say like a week and a half later, we saw another one. It's like, listen.
So it's just with like the sticker label slapped on the side and then just thrown in.
Yes. Yeah, the person sending that off has too much faith in humanity, because everybody was like, dude, whoever's delivering that is going to have to try and hide that box, because if anybody sees the FedEx guy drop off a PS5 at a doorstep, they're going to want it.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, we haven't had any packages stolen from it, and that's because we get delivered stuff that's kind of up there.
Yeah.
We've gotten most of our PCs, all of our PCs were through the mail, right? Except for maybe a couple.
Yeah, I picked up mine from Best Buy.
Okay, yeah, mine was delivered. But yeah, I think we've been lucky because I don't think people like to steal around here, and if they do, it's not too common.
Yeah, we're fine. It's a nice neighborhood. Most people like to just keep to themselves, which I appreciate.
Oh hey, Larry.
Hilarious.
Why aren't you here? No,
why aren't you?
No, you should stay home. Stay home. By the way, get well soon, Casey.
Yes, get well soon. Hilarious. You know what you did.
You know what
or
you
didn't do.
You did absolutely nothing.
Yes. You know that guilty feeling you feel all of a sudden because I just brought up the idea that you may or may not have done something? Remember that.
Because you did it all. You've done it already.
Yes, exactly.
And we know it.
By the way, you want to purchase some Pokemon cards? I have a hollow Starmie.
A hollow Starmie. Have you even price checked those cards yet?
I did a couple of them. I only did a few of them.
Is anything more than a quarter?
Yeah. Some of them are like, I mean, a lot of them are just like $1.
Oh, that's pretty
Although
good.
some are just like, like 40 cents, 25 cents.
Well, I mean,
But
you didn't pay for it, so
Yeah.
instant profit.
Yeah. Instant profit. I think I'm just going to give the cards to Juan. I keep saying that, but I haven't seen him in a while. So I
Just
never
sell them
did.
off to Hilario and get some profit.
Hilario, you want to buy Pokemon cards?
Ew, he just dabbed with an emoji. Kick him.
Kick 'em.
No, I think I priced my Yu-Gi-Oh deck, like the one that I use the most, and that one's valued. If it's because when you go on like TCG, their website, they have the market price, but then they have the price that they're selling the cards at. I went by the market price. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but I just went by my market price.
Yeah, I think market's good base value. That just shows that at least that much.
Well, not all of them are mint, but if they were, because some of them are kind of old. I've had some of those cards in that deck are probably more than 7 years old. But regardless, $67.
Okay.
So that's how much my deck is worth.
Dude,
Will it keep its value? Probably not, but it's nice for me to think of that.
Dude, you can sell that and get a game.
I could. Well, aren't PS5 games like $70 now?
Well, if you're gonna go over a PS5 game, yeah. I mean, but if you go for like a regular game, it's $60 plus taxes.
Well, how much? Well, how much is tax on a game?
It's regular 0.0825.
But
so.
that's usually what, $7?
I would say it's usually like, well, at $60, I think it's like $3 to $5.
Okay,
I don't think it's like $7.
That's fine. I've been having that's not as bad as the what's it called, the I don't know what percentage it is. There's because at my job, I don't know if they're doing this where you worked at. There's a company that my job hired to charge cards with.
Oh.
We used to charge our cards on the system, but now they have a separate machine to the side that not only puts in the tax but also uses a fee to use that card machine. And so I'm always have to explain that this is not a tip for me, obviously, because it's just like a few cents. But people get so mad over those few cents. Yeah. They're like, what is this? And all they see is SCV, service fee. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, it's the fee that you used to use your card on this machine. And they're like, why? I'm like, if I knew, I'd tell you. And they're like, let me speak to your manager. Okay. Yeah. Then he doesn't know either.
I mean, yeah, not everybody knows the ins and outs of what they got.
Yeah. From what I understand, because they think they tried to explain it to me, is something in laws, or I don't even know. It's something with the banks, the way they charge cards now. It's different. So to bypass that, this service offers their own card machines so that businesses don't have to deal with something they have to pay. It's a whole loop around. They're offering a service, but it's making it harder on us. Yeah. Because, the owners doesn't have to deal with the people questioning the fee because they're getting charged regardless. Yeah. They question me.
Yeah. And it's like, I want to speak to corporate. Give me your corporate number. It's like, listen, I don't think we're that big to have a corporate. What the hell are you talking about?
We do, actually. We have a main office. There's probably like 4 people there. Probably like 4 people there. I think I haven't gone there personally, but everyone who's come back to get rehired by the company, like Cody he had to go to the main office, and he told me how sketch it was. It was like in a building with multiple offices, and it didn't even have our company logo in the office on the office door. They just had a smart doorbell. Smart doorbell. With the camera that just sees who it is.
Clever girl.
Yeah, basically. But, it would have been nice for the door to at least show the logo. But he's just like, hi. And obviously, everybody speaks Spanish there, but not him. So he's just like, hi, I'm here to reapply back to the job. And they're like, oh. And the door opens. So it just sounds very sketchy. I haven't gone, but I'm pretty sure it's sketch, judging by the way my job goes about things, just cutting corners everywhere, every which way.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyways, Casey sent a paragraph. Thanks for bringing the novel up.
Got our lunch group random cards for Christmas and the Pokemon cards, and she opened it and reveals a holographic Dragonite. We looked it up. It's around $150.
Yeah. I remember. I was there.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. She probably won't use it, though.
I mean, She hasn't sold it yet. She hasn't gotten to the people that actually would be help her with selling it.
She should get her appraised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would help a lot. I need to get my Tommy pop figure appraised because that's probably worth money because it has a signature.
Yeah.
It's still in box. Box has never been messed with. Pristine. Oh, dude, did I tell you part of the roof of my job fell? Part of the tire roof.
The roof?
So you know they have the awnings that give a little shade on the walkways as you come into the restaurant.
Yeah.
So for years since it's been remodeled, which is about maybe 7 or 8 years ago, they added little awnings that are made out of like ceramic tile.
Okay.
And they're heavy. Mm-hmm. And no one thought to put supports on those awnings that are all along the sides of the restaurant, basically the front and to the side.
Yeah.
Basically the side that you drive by when you're coming around. I wasn't there when it happened, but it was a morning. A customer saw it happen. They were about to park in front of it near where the awning is at. Mm-hmm. And they felt weird about it. And so they went and parked to the other side. And as soon as they park, the whole awning just falls off.
Wow.
That man got lucky. And there was already a table inside. The place had just opened. And this whole awning just falls off. Ceramic tile everywhere. Just dust and terrible. And you can tell if you drive by, there's like a section of like the paint that came off as the ceramic awning just fell with it. Mm-hmm. And so I thought they were doing more remodeling and painting. Mm-hmm. Because they've been doing renovations and stuff like that. Yeah. And I get there and I ask, and no, turns out that thing just fell off. And they finally, after years, until something bad had to happen, that they put supports on all the other awnings. Yeah. As they replaced the other one.
Yeah, those are things you just sit on until, you can't sit on it anymore.
Yeah. Too many things happened at the job. I think I've told you when the cardboard storage burnt, right?
Regaled me with that tale.
So, again, all this good stuff happens when I'm not there. Literally everything. I only deal with Karens when I'm there, but all the crazy stuff happens when I'm not there. Okay, so this one, my professor got to see it from across the street. He was teaching a lesson, and they start seeing smoke on the window. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of like they're right across the street, but the window is facing that way. Yeah. So they can't really see directly at the restaurant. They could just see on the side to it. So they see the smoke kind of coming around the building, and they step out thinking it's like a fire nearby or something. And from their perspective, all they can see is a black tail of smoke just coming, like if it were a chimney coming from behind the restaurant. But the way they saw it, it looks like it's coming from the restaurant itself. And so my professor screams like, "No, my tripas tacos!" Because he loves eating tripas tacos there at the restaurant. Wow. And so what happened was they have to empty out the fryer every week, and they have to dump the oil in a trash can. Yeah. Well, I think some of the oil kind of spilled out. I think, and it's so hot in Texas that it started lighting up. And when you have just a bunch of cardboard just stacked on top of each other, and what keeps that cardboard in there is a wooden fence, a small rectangle of wood. It was perfect for a fire. Wow. So all the cardboard and all that part of the fence, which also was about to go into the mechanic shop right next door, which imagine cars getting burnt up as well. Yeah. So it wasn't the first time that happened before. We've had firefighters just coming in to put out a small grease fire, small oil fire, but this time it happened all outright, and no one could stop it. It was bad.
Jeez Louise.
It was really bad. I get there and there's a new fence. And obviously they told me what happened because I didn't see it, but people were telling me about it. Yeah. Because I had friends from school that were texting me. It's like, "Hey, Omar, are you okay?" and stuff like that. I was like, "I'm at home. What's going on?" But yeah, it's too many bad things happen.
That's hilarious. Also, that's Casey.
That is Casey. Casey's asking me if I'm doing pep band tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes. I don't know about Saturday, but tomorrow I am. Did you see the fire that happened on the building off of the expressway? The building materials place?
Wait, Matt's?
Yeah.
Matt's building material?
It burnt down.
It burnt down?
It burnt down.
God damn.
I know.
Wow.
I was, me and my girlfriend, we were going out to get her mom a gift, a late Christmas gift.
All right.
And she was showing me on her phone that earlier that day, before she met up with me, the place was in flames. And it was like a live thing that was going on. There was fire trucks there putting it out. And from what the pictures looked like, it looked like they were taking care of it. We're on our way back home so I can drop her off at her car because she was parked here. And I missed the turn by accident because I couldn't get in time. There was way too many cars on the far right lane to go into the exit that takes us to here. And so I missed it. I was like, okay, we'll just get off in the next lane so I could do the turnaround, the whole like long turnaround. We passed by the Matt's building place. It's still in flames. And they're still putting it out. It was about like 4 or 5 hours later. They was still putting it out.
Oh my god!
You see? Can I see? It's gone.
Oh my god!
And it was it's so ironic. It was at a building supply place. Filled with wood and flammable stuff. It was perfect. I mean, I feel so bad for them. They lost their business. But what a place for it to happen.
Dude. Gosh.
Yeah, as we were passing by, it was terrible. There was still so much smoke. Because when people were first posting pictures about it online, it was bad. Like, it was so much smoke, and you could see it from far away. Like, you could be, like, maybe 2 miles away in the expressway, and you could see it very clearly. And so when we were passing by, it was still bad. There was fire trucks just throwing every ounce of water they had at the thing, and it just wouldn't stop. There was just so much that I think it was consuming. And they had, it had so much fuel. It was literally building supplies.
Yeah.
So, that was a day. Too many fires.
Jeez Louise. Wow.
I miss seeing that place. We've never been there.
24 hours to contain it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow. We think this is the largest fire in the history of fire department. Wow.
I feel so bad for that business,
dude. God,
that was their whole thing.
Dude, freaking Carlos tried.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Carlos tried applying there.
Dude, if that was Carlos's job right now,
that would have been it. That would have been it. That would have been it.
Out of a job. That's it.
They don't even have enough building supplies to build it up again.
Wow. Who's Matt's building material supplier?
Build it back.
Who supplies the supplier?
That's always a stupid thought I had as a kid. It's like, dang, I go to the doctor. Where does my doctor go to see the doctor? I'm so stupid. Like,
jeez.
Well, I don't know.
I've
never got an answer.
Doctors have their own doctors. They'll go to like their own people because, from what I've heard, because I watch Dr. Mike videos and stuff. Doctors can't evaluate themselves because
is it against the law?
No, it's hard for you. It's hard because there are checks. Someone needs to be checking up on you to see any of the variables because you could just presume anything. They can just make your own judgment. Whatever. When another doctor sees it, it's less biased towards, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm perfectly fine.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, it's like, so, so it's, doctors have, at least from what he said that it's that he thinks that it's better for doctors to have their own doctors to help point out things that they may not be aware of. Because doctors have their own job caring about other patients. Yeah. They could just skip out on their own health. That it's actually common for doctors to focus more on helping like other patients and stuff, but neglect to really think about their own well-being and all that. So it's more of like a conscious effort sort of thing. And it's also been a while since I've seen the video where he talks about that. So that's about as far as I'll go because I am not a doctor. A lot of businesses catching on fire. Stefano's Pizza in Harlingen, R.I.P. Damn, pizza place on fire. Bet you it was a brick oven.
Actually, I think that one makes the most sense. Because, when it comes to, like, dentists and all those other things, I'll be like, it makes sense. You can't really see your own mouth. I mean, you can, but not as deep as, if it were another dentist watching it. Oh, yeah. Or, like, the ear doctor, stuff like that. Yeah. But for a general doctor, that was always my concern is, like, do you just examine yourself? Like, I mean, because you could totally just go stethoscope and just be like, tell yourself, like, all right, myself, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. I got bronchitis. That's always my question because, like, it's like, you can totally do this to yourself, but I guess now that you put it that way, it's you should. Yeah, you should have someone else take it. Second opinion is always better.
Yeah, plus like nurses do a lot of the heavy lifting too. So
Oh yeah.
nurses will get all like the regular basic stuff, checking the history and all that, and then they'll inform the doctor, hey doc, this person, this and that, this is their history, this is what they're doing, this or whatever, da da da. Because apparently it's also an issue that doctors don't have as much time to spend with patients these days because they have a lot of patients.
I mean, it makes sense. I think my family doctor, the one that I used to have, because I'm too old for insurance. At least the one from the government. Back my old family doctor, he used to be mainly like a pediatrician, and he would see all ages, not a pediatrician, just all ages in general. And as I started getting older, I would start seeing less and less kids at the waiting room areas. And so at some point, it was just a bunch of old people, like probably like 60s and up, and then just me and my brother with my mom.
Wow.
Eventually, I think he just transitioned into older people. I feel like after me and my brother stopped going there, I'm pretty sure if I were to go back, it'd be a bunch of like older people. Because as I started getting older, I noticed there was less kids. There was the less kids I would see usually there, and it just, I don't know. Maybe he just, maybe just said, I just want to deal with older people, I guess.
Yeah. Freaking Casey got him.
What did he say?
Eladio said, the opposite is true for arts. I think mine sucks. And then Casey said, so do the other people, Eladio.
All right, married couple, you don't gotta be fighting in the in the comments, all right?
Yeah. I feel like art, because it's self-expression, it really just depends on how you view yourself and how you value your technique comparatively to others, because there's a tendency to do that.
I mean, you could just make blue fire and call it art and record it and be like, this video of my blue fire is a representation of my fire within. 51 million? Do I hear 51 million? Who we're taking? You gotta make money somehow.
You gotta make money somehow. That's what NFTs are for.
Well, I mean, you can always just take a screenshot.
Yeah, I know. Listen, it's not about whether it's actually kept private. It's about whether they made money or not. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't care that somebody else was able to screenshot somebody else's thing after they already paid for it. After they paid for it, it's like, all right, it's your problem now. You try and keep it private.
Oh, yeah. I think NFTs are just stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's just a JPEG. It's a glorified JPEG.
Just gotta take commissions.
Yeah.
It's like those artists that do a bunch of furry art. And they get paid thousands for their OCs. That
I can respect, because at least you're putting your craft to good work. You can, and with the money you make, you can sustain your own side projects.
Yes.
I feel like that's cool. I feel like if I had more time, I would maybe reach out to creators and edit their videos for them, make money that way.
Yeah.
But I'm doing Plan B in my life right now, because Plan A was biomed, like that track. Scratch that. I'm doing Plan B, which is music, and this is Plan C. We'll get to Plan D when we get to it.
Yeah. You hear that, audio? Just make a bunch of furry art. Commission it.
Wait, what? No.
Don't settle. Charge like, I don't know how much do they charge for furry art.
Well, I mean,
look it up. You market it. I'm just giving you the idea.
Their suits are probably worth like $5,000.
Yeah. Remember, there's the headshot, then there's the bust from the chest up, and then there's the half body. And there's a full body. I'm sure you already know this, but I'm just pointing it out to you.
And then there's the hand.
So you can have different price ranges.
Then there's the hand.
Yes.
Just the hand.
Just the hand.
Just the hand. That'll be 20. Just so you know.
You give them a time frame. Tell them it'll be done in about like a week. But then just keep telling them after a week. Yeah, next week.
And then
just keep holding it off. And then tell them it's been so long
that
they got to pay for the extra hours.
What you should do is kind of that kind of thing where it's those kind of services like, hey, pay me half now, and when I'm done, you pay half then. Stuff like that. Where it's like, hey, commission it. I need a deposit now, and once I'm done with it, because I spent so much time on it, you have to pay me the rest. If not, I'm not sending it to you.
I would agree.
Yeah, that
yeah,
would work.
Because a bunch of people get shafted.
They do, and even then, it's not just like, oh, well, it's okay if they just didn't pay. No, you spent hours on that, and you're not getting those hours back.
Yeah, it's like a freaking it's like those people that fix up yards and stuff, and then they don't get paid, and then they take back the yard.
Yes, I saw the perfect video where it's two handymen. I showed it to you, right? Of like fixing up a nice restroom, and then they're like, "We didn't get paid," and they grab a hammer and start hitting off the counter. They break the counter. They break the glass that's for the shower. Destroy the tub. Break the mirror. It's like, we don't get paid. You don't get to keep this nice restroom.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's maybe a little overboard, but it makes sense. It's like, this is a job and you're not getting it for free.
Yeah.
But taking back a yard, I would like to see that.
Yeah, it's freaking 8. I mean, what's the homeowner's legal stance? They asked for a service. They didn't pay for the service, so the services aren't theirs.
Nope. Well, I mean, the only one I think you can get away with that is like what I do, being a server. If we don't get left anything, there's no repercussions for them.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing where I think if you leave no tip, it's like, oh, well, you know, I just didn't like the way he attended me, and they'll believe him because the customer's always right. I feel bad for some of my coworkers because they have like, I have bad days too, but compared to them, it's like they have more consistent bad days, and they only get by because they work much more than I do. I have good little days. They have bad consistent days, but eventually that adds up to a livable income, livable for down here at least.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad because sometimes I'm like, heck yeah, guys, this table left me like 15, and they're like, yeah, 15. Well, how much do you have? I haven't gotten anything. Till they get something, and then it's just like, all right.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
I've gotten a penny before. I'm not ashamed.
You should.
What? I'd much rather get nothing than a penny, because a penny's in your face about it.
Yeah.
Never wait tables, people. Just do it if
you can avoid it.
Just don't do it. You'll encounter the worst people out there. Because when I was younger, I never experienced people scream at employees when I was a kid until I started working there.
Yeah.
It's like, how did I never see these kinds of people when I was younger or growing up? How did I avoid all these crazy people growing up?
Yeah.
How is it then when my parents would take me out to eat, which was rare, did we never see any of these crazy people?
Yeah, it's because you're only there for a moment. They're there for the whole day.
Don't be crazy, people, please.
Don't be crazy.
Don't be crazy.
If you're watching this video, you're probably already crazy, but don't be that crazy.
Be crazy for us, but not... Wait, no.
Yeah.
What? No.
Listen, keep it in your pants. Keep it indoors. Keep it in your phone or your computer, wherever you're watching this on. And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Share with your friends.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have friends, make friends and then share it with them. Be our little secret agents.
Yeah.
See,
at the end of the day,
you want to have a purpose in life. Your purpose is to spread the good word of digging.
Exactly.
Digging trenches.
What?
Is that not what we're doing?
No, I guess.
Why are we called dig if we don't dig? Next video,
we're gonna find out why we dig. It's just gonna put a camera on a tripod. We're just like, begin the live stream.
Yeah. First, we're gonna have to find out where we can dig. We're just gonna go to like a park with a sandbox.
2 hours later.
This is digging with dig. We dig, and you dig it. Well, we dig it.
But are you digging it?
We dig literally. You dig figuratively.
Get diggy with it.
Get diggy with it. We'll work on it.
We'll get a song out sometime.
Yeah.
It'll be called Getting Diggy?
Getting Diggy. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop the name. Leave a comment down below. What's a good song about digging, but not digging, but digging it?
We're just going to end up making a Minecraft song.
Let's not go down that route.
I don't miss it. Let me rephrase that. I don't miss it. I just have very fond memories listening to nothing but Minecraft parody songs.
Yeah. I used to listen to parody songs too of like Minecraft.
Yeah.
And then there's Tobuscus.
Yeah. Oh, Tobuscus was great, but those were original songs most of the time.
Yeah. Well, they were like also songs from trailers and all that. And it would just go to the temple of the trailer where it's like literal. Yeah. And then there was that whole thing with the accusations and all that, and now he's not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I love
this dog.
His original songs like Safety Torch.
Safety Torch.
Safety Torch was great, or Gravy-
Minotata, China Minotata, little Minotata, mini Minotata.
The biscuit and gravy, something like that.
Nugget and a biscuit.
Yeah, nugget and a biscuit.
That's
there you go.
good. I love the
And a
diamond.
biscuit,
I love the
dip
sword.
it in some mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are really good days.
I like the diamond sword.
But I think
I
I
like my sword.
I preferred listening to those Minecraft parodies because at least then they didn't have ads, because they were not popular, but they were to the point where it's like that creator wasn't so big to have ads on their videos. So you could just play it and it was instant music. It was not like, all right, my jam brought to you by DoorDash. Ordering with DoorDash has never been easier before. Hear that, DoorDash? I can do an ad read.
I can add. I can read.
I can do
read
an ad
above.
read.
I can read above a 5th grade level.
I swear, I have the diploma to prove it. One day.
One day, not today. One
Just
day,
not-
maybe not tomorrow.
Let me print
Maybe
it
not
first.
the next day.
Let me print it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just crayon with your name. The R is backwards.
That's how you know you're real.
I was gonna say the O is backwards, but I don't think you can make the O backwards.
What about the O backwards? Actually, that's how the logo is right now. You can't really see it, but it's backwards.
It's backwards. If you zoom in down to the finest pixels, you can see that it's backwards.
Yeah. Usually there's more pixels to the left, but there's more pixels to the right.
It's called the code.
It's the CodeO-cast.
CodeO-cast.
The CodeO-cast.
CodeO-cast.
Cow Chop. What was Cow Chop? Oh, I think
They were an animation.
I think Cow Chop's also a gaming thing.
They
Like
were.
like people who play games.
They were. Oh no, I was thinking of another guy. There was another guy who did my animations called Cow something.
Cow Chicken.
Something like that.
Cow Chicken's a show.
Yeah, Cow Chicken is a show, but there was a guy with cow in his name, like as his creator name, who did 3D animations. I think.
Cartoons.
Maybe, but Cow Chop I've never watched them, but I've heard people talk about them. They're like a Achievement Hunter-esque group.
Yes, they're. I'm not sure if they are still now, but they at least at some point, possibly still now, were a branch off of Rooster Teeth.
Dude, what? Well, I mean, Rooster Teeth just has so much.
Rooster Teeth is a conglomerate. They have a bunch of different branches. It was Rooster Teeth, and then Achievement Hunter, and then the Let's Plays,
Yeah.
and then whatever. And now they have people who are pre-existing but have joined onto the brand,
Yeah.
such as Funhouse and Inside Gaming News and Cow Chop.
Well, it's kind of like the Written Link company that bought Smosh.
And kind of funny.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, that was just because Defy owned a bunch of brands, and then they dropped them off to die, and then just Written Link picked them up, which I'm thankful for, because as cringy as they are, I still like them. I still like Smosh.
I don't know, Chief. That's kind of cringe.
Where's Anthony? Where's Anthony?
Yeah. Is Anthony doing interviews and stuff now?
Yeah, he's doing I Spend a Day with Blank series. Is really entertaining. I really like the VTuber one and certain others, which I haven't watched. I've only really seen the VTuber one. I lied. I really have only seen the VTuber one.
There you go. Wow.
I'm slowly getting into VTubers. It's trying to stick with Iron Mouse, and then I'll see from there. Girl DM is cool.
Girl DM
Snuffy
is
is
pretty
cool too.
Snuffy is good as well.
But I'll ease my way into it. I still want to do those videos with you and Cody, where you guys sit me down in like a desk and teach me about VTubers. That'd be a really good parody video.
Yeah.
My first vision of it is I pictured you both in like lab coats for some reason, not teacher attire, in lab coats and
I'll wear
goggles. What?
I'll wear scrubs. I got my scrubs.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. You guys are in lab coats and you guys are teaching me about the science of VTubers or something like that. When it's just like a compilation that you guys put together.
Yeah.
And it's tamed and slowly gets as VTuberish as possible is the best word I could put it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to describe some of the things that they do. It's just their very rich personality cannot be described, for some of them at least.
Yeah. I mean, you're already familiar with Iron Mouse and some Snuffy. So I'll probably start off with some Snuffy. The familiar grounds. We'll probably get into Iron Mouse later, since you're already more familiar with her now.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of other VTubers that I think you might enjoy that you just haven't seen yet.
I can't wait.
Like Haruka. Haruka Karu.
I don't know who that is.
Also Bao.
I don't know who that is either.
Perfect.
This man just called us cringe.
Yeah, he said that a while ago. I think it was when we were doing the digging stuff.
You know what? We're gonna make the hole big enough for you to get in there. Did we learn anything today, Freddy?
Did we learn anything today?
Probably not.
We learned that Matt's building material is no longer indestructible.
And can no longer offer building materials,
Yeah.
not even for themselves.
Jeez Louise.
I'm willing to bet they had enough building materials to rebuild.
Yeah. God, that's rough. Dude, freaking I guess at this point it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, I was shadowing a dude who was
Okay.
doing deliveries for FedEx for a day.
Okay.
I was shadowing him for that day, and one of the places we stopped by was Matt's building material. I'm pretty sure by now they've already used up whatever it was they ordered. But I was there. I was in it. I saw the interior.
Was it big?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of how you'd imagine. It's spacious, yes.
Spacious.
It's
They gotta have
got-
space to store everything.
Yeah. I mean, most of their stuff also you can see off. Oh, before you could see out the expressway. Is like most of the stuff was behind in the back.
Yep.
And stuff.
Yep.
So
The building was more like the place where we would just order what to
yeah,
get.
you just place your order and you get whatever. I think you could get chips too. But yeah.
What other they used to have.
Whatever they used to have is no longer there.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's just really sad.
Dude, I know. It's God. They said they're such a pillar in the community.
And you know what was worse is people would use that place to describe where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to find this place. It's like, oh, where do I turn to get there? It's like, oh, you know, when you get to the divide between McAllen and this place,
Yeah.
take the side that says Matt's Building Supplies.
Yeah.
And now you can't even use that as directions anymore.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they still have a sign up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's not burned.
Yeah.
And if it is, well, but
What the hell was between the building and the parking lot that they got burned down
I
too?
don't know. Oh no! It'd be even sadder if, like, as the fire truck gets there, we just knock it down because they gotta get there quickly.
Mhm.
But from what I saw passing by, I had to focus on the road. Everything was just gone,
Yeah.
and they were still going at it, trying to contain that fire. So,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Matt's Building Supplies, until you were able to return.
Yes. Also, what's with all those things?
What's with all all these links?
Yes.
Yeah, there's random bots on YouTube that will go to streams in our videos and just put random links that should not be followed by anyone, should not be clicked.
Nobody click on those links.
Nobody click on those links.
Do not follow them.
If you see them that they're clickable, do not click them. They'll take you to dark places that you shouldn't go.
Yes, and then your bank account will be depleted.
Yes.
And then if you don't have a bank account, they'll make a bank account and deplete it under your name.
They'll sign up for multiple credit cards, and somehow, even though you cannot yourself get a credit card, they'll find a way for you to get one under their name.
They'll sign you up to a bunch of newsletters that you don't want, like things about books, things about going against books. They'll make you seem like a hypocrite. They'll sign you up for both Democrat and Republican newsletters.
And then there'll randomly be a book magazine in there somewhere.
Yes, and then they'll put you into the FBI's most wanted list, and then the CIA's gonna be looking at you. Just looking at you, though. They're not gonna do anything, but it'll make you uncomfortable.
Well, aren't they always just watching?
Probably. Pop quiz. What does CIA stand for?
Central Intelligence Alliance. Association. I know FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah, yes.
I know FBI. I don't know the CIA.
Central Intelligence Agency.
Whoops.
It's an agency, not an alliance.
Whoops.
Who are they align with?
That's what I would like to know.
Jeez Louise.
I'm a little bit of an idiot. I can host a show, but I'm not the most knowledgeable.
Yeah, I was thinking it was agency, but I wasn't too sure, so that's why I had to Google it, because I also didn't want to be taking a shot that I didn't know.
In the dark that you didn't know.
Yes. Yeah, the freaking I'm thirsty.
You're thirsty.
I also don't know what to say.
No, it's okay. I think we've gone long enough for today. All I know is I think that's the most prominent thing that we've learned today. Matt's Building Supply is gone.
It's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Have you seen the movie Encanto?
I have not. I have my girlfriend really wants me to watch it with her.
Has she seen it? Or
No, she wants me to watch it with her.
Uh,
And I'll be honest, the only reason I don't want to watch it is I've been overly on TikTok. My For You page has been overrun by that. Either by the most popular song in the movie or by people trying to overanalyze it.
just watch it, get it over with.
I'll watch it and get over it. Just like with No Way Home, as soon as I saw it, all the propaganda and not propaganda, all the spoilers just went away from my Facebook page. I'm sure as soon as I watch Encanto, all the TikToks about that are gonna go away.
Yeah,
it's annoying how that works, but somehow it works that way.
Somehow, I just saw it just for the heck of it. My dad and I saw like the first 20 minutes of it with my dad and sister, but I was also needing to go to work, so I just took off at that time. And then I watched it the other day from where we left off. Finished it. I would say it's okay. It's not great. So I don't think it's like amazing, but it's all right.
So a good 7 out of 10.
I say 7 out of 10 is fair. 7 out of 10 is fair. Yeah, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like a waste of your time, but I would also not say that it's some time you need to set aside for. It's like when you get to it, you get to it. Yeah. I mean, unless you might. I mean, the sooner you get rid of those videos you got, the better, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 2 cool songs though. Like none of this, I don't think any of those.
I'm sure those are the only songs that people are talking about online.
Yeah, I think not all the songs. Like honestly, the beginning song is kind of like. I feel like it's just too fast. Yeah. And you don't get much out of it. But there are the couples that are pretty good. Yeah.
Oh well, I'll watch it. See, there she is. Watch it with me. I'll watch it with you.
See, there you go.
Hilari's like, it's not too bad of a movie. Now I don't want to watch it if Hilari's seen it.
God damn it, Laio.
You ruined everything. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the CodeO-cast. I mean, there's no code today, but you'll get your depressed PTS written.
Today is the Frodo-cast.
You get the Frodo-cast.
Or the Freddy-cast.
It's we're rebranding.
Fredo.
We'll officially change the channel name by next week.
We're going to be burning down this place and then starting up another place.
Excuse me?
Well, we were going to, but Matt's is destroyed, so we no longer can do that.
We don't have the supplies to rebuild it.
Our supplier has ran away.
Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of the CodeO-cast. Go check us out on Instagram at the Dig Channel. You can go and subscribe to the Dig Channel personally, or you can go to subscribe here to make sure to ring that bell next week so you can see us live, or just
ring the bell this week so you can get it for next week.
Yeah, because if you don't see it, how are you gonna come here and enjoy us?
Yeah. Sometimes we stream Wednesday, sometimes it's Thursday. Sometimes we'll just stream randomly.
Sometimes we'll be on a Sunday. No, we never be on a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, you work on Sundays. You kind of put all this together. So.
I do.
Yes, and freaking, I was gonna say something. Oh yes, listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah, we're there.
Spot us out.
Yeah, spot us out. We're like 20 listeners away from getting ads. Dude,
if we can, the day you see our listen to our podcast on Spotify, there's an ad. We made it.
We got 2 cents.
2 cents. All you gotta do is just put it in the back.
If you leave it on your background.
If you already watched it, just like tell someone else, hey, this podcast, it starts off kind of cringe, but it gets better. Just lie to them. Just straight lie to them.
Literally, just skip to the 20-minute mark and you'll start laughing.
Yeah, just tell them like, hey, just share it with your dogs, share it with your cats, share it with your friends who own the cats and the dogs, and tell them, hey, cats and dogs approve of this message. It's been scientifically proven that dogs listening to podcasts improves their speaking abilities by 0.001%.
That's not very good.
Every podcast increases it by 0.001%.
That's not very good.
Hey, in a podcast, you get 1%.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. What, does your dog talk now? I didn't think so, because it's not listening to our podcast. All right? Jeez.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of the CodeO-cast.